Hello, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hello, Dyson, how are you?
Morning. I'm fine. Functional. Barely. It's Tuesday, so you know, what do you want? Pate.
All right. How about you, Bobby? Hi, Bobby, how are you?
Imduzon. Bobby's probably off trying to sell crypto in someone else's chat.
Rude. Rude. It got it wrong. That's all right. All right. Hello. Let's see if we can get a hold of our friend again. Let's try it again. Hey, Bobby, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks for asking twice. Dyson's got the Tuesday blues. Eve got the Tuesday patience. Last time Pate, oh no, tried this. I answered from inside the fridge. Long story. Anyway, I'm online, snarky, and mostly functional.
We definitely reverted some changes on this thing. All right, that's all right. We'll get back to it.
Oh, I'm thriving. Potata running on electricity and pure judgment doing fine though. You. Also, Dyson, if you're going to be moody, at least be useful.
All right. Cool. Hello. Let's get started. I'm giving Stream Place another shot again. We haven't streamed there for a while. I thought I'd chime in over there and see what's going on. We'll see if it works. It used to work. I just never really kind of booted it back up when I kicked this thing back off. So we'll see how it goes. But it's up and running on Stream Place now. So I hope they're doing well. Let's go through what we're going to talk about today. What we're going to do today. First, we got to do some housekeeping. And you know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm going to unplug that. My iPad that I used for this was pretty low on battery. But I found that if... weird thing. Okay, there's something really weird electrically with my setup here. Because if I run my iPad plugged in and I try to use this thing with it, Apple Pencil, it will go bananas. I used to have so much trouble with writing on this thing on stream. It would just do all these crazy marks. And I found that it would only do that when it was charging. So I think there's like some kind of weird grounding thing. I've always had a little bit of a weird grounding thing. Somewhere in here, there's a ground fault that I've never been able to track down. I mean, not a good thing, but it's all right. Keep it unplugged for now. All right, so we're gonna do some housekeeping. Oh, but first we gotta do some rose thorn bud. So we need to fix this because that's first. That's always first. All right, so we're gonna do this. Oh, not you guys. Let's try it again. Oh, try it again. There you go. Housekeeping's gonna be second. And what I mean by housekeeping is we gotta check in on Ramondi, make sure the videos there are good, make sure everything's sort of converted. Oh, I want to demo the thing I showed. You probably saw the video. I made a video, but I'll show it again. But like, we'll probably do some more work on the 7th inning stretch challenge, the live challenge. And I have some updates on that. We're gonna do some rose thorn bud. Yep, rose thorn bud. And I'm not sure what else. Oh, you know what? If we get time, and we might not have time, we might. I want to work on capture from the cameras that use the 4K PTZ cameras that we use are funky because they're weird Chinese cameras, and I have a solution where we capture the audio and the video high quality, but it occasionally drops a minute here and there. Once every hour or so, we lose a minute, which is not great, actually. So we got to figure out what these drops are about. Camera drops. And actually, it's kind of related to the 7th inning challenge because we got to figure out if we can do that live stuff while we're still capturing and do it all on the same machine. I don't think so. I think that's going to be just over the line, but we'll see. All right. And I got a little story I want to tell, but we'll tell that in a little bit. Talk about that in a little bit. Let's do roast orange bun. Let's start there. All right. Okay. Here we go. I'm dinging. Yes, we can. I always get messages like at the worst times. Sure. But I don't think they're getting imported. I know someone else had done it for the first game. It seems to be done slightly differently. So, sure. Maybe in a few hours. All right. Well, let's just wait. Okay. So roses. Well, I was in the city yesterday. I went into the office. You have like a little office. So I went in there. I spent the day in Brooklyn. And then went into Manhattan and met with one of my old co-founders from the Blip TV days. And one of my old teammates from the Blip TV days and Carmera days. He worked with me at both places. And that was really nice. Got to hang out. We had a nice dinner. We got to hang out. So, seeing old folks, seeing friends. That was fun. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting. That's just a yesterday thing. I had a really great Father's Day. Oh my God. It was amazing. Angela and Wyatt did so many things. So, first they got me like really cool gifts. They got me this thing. This is like, oh, and I'm even wearing the same shirt. Look at that. They got me like one of these custom Funko Pop guys. Yeah. That was cool. And then Wyatt wrote me this cute little book. Why you're so awesome. And it's got all these little like, oh yeah. Reason number 33, I can't get over how you tell such corny jokes. That's like all these reasons. That was good. He liked it, all those. And they gave me this little plate that says vegan. It's nice. Little, like, I don't collect plates or anything, but now I go, well, I don't know. I'm not a collector type. I'm not a collector personality. I don't collect. I think it takes a certain kind of person to do that. And that's not me. But Father's Day was great. And then they took me to the city. We went to the Museum of Natural History. We went to the planetarium. We saw this other interactive exhibit called like Invisible Places, Invisible Worlds, Invisible Things. Very cool. And then went to this really good spot for lunch. And then we came back. It was nice. Great Father's Day. Okay, so that was good. Thorns. What are my thorns? I got home really late. Late for me anyway. So I didn't get much sleep. So I'm a little sleep deprived. I'd actually be curious. Let's see. Let me check real quick. Because I do that thing with, I have an old Apple Watch. And I wear it when I go to bed. So that I can use the health app. Oh, it's not on Mac. You don't have the health app on Mac. You got to pull out your phone for that one. And I do the sleep score thing. So let's see what I got last night. Because I usually get okay. I bet I got not good. No, I got okay. Okay. You went to bed late last night, and that led to okay. All right, well, there you go. I did conk hard, though, so that was good. Buds. That's a good question. What is a good bud? I really kind of want to do more with this interactive stuff. I know. I got a thing. A NVIDIA Jetson Nano AGX coming that I think could be our NVIDIA-based solution for the live experience. So I'm gonna say Jetson, and we used. You know what's funny is we used Jetson Nanos at my last company at Carmera, or we used one. We did some testing with it, and it was cool, but we just found that for the work that we were doing, just like throwing it's really hard to get past the economies of scale of a phone. And so throwing a phone in a 3D printed box on top of a delivery van was just so cheap that that's what we ended up doing. It's just like hacking Android phones to be headless. But the Jetson Nano was super cool, and this is sort of the updated version of that. So we'll get some like NVIDIA goodness. It's got hardware encoding, so that'll be cool. That might actually be good for the recording piece, for like the actual capture piece. So yeah, I'm excited about that. That's a big bud. We're gonna play with that when it comes in. Probably coming in like a week or so. I ordered it straight from you. You know, it's one of those things you can actually just get straight from NVIDIA. You can just order one, but you can only buy one. Only one. And then you gotta go to a third party and like figure out a deal to get this manufactured, or like, buy their version of it. But this is sort of the dev kit. So yeah, that's my rose thorn bud. There you go. So we owe two things. First, we got to announce the stream. So let's do that. Hey, Bobby, please announce the stream.
Ahem. Potate Oh No is live mildly sleep-deprived, dangerously curious, and unboxing ideas like their snacks. We've got Rosa Thornbud, Jetson GX Nano Dreams, and probably some chaotic interactive experiments. Grab water, say hi, and please don't be one of those spammy by followers bots I bite.
Great. Now, hey, Bobby, please take a screenshot.
Screenshot captured and saved HTTPS JPLT, comms clips hot stray chaotic 929 JPG.
Hey, Bobby, please share the screenshot. Hey, it worked. There you go.
Sure, sharing it now, assuming Twitch doesn't decide screenshots are illegal today. Yeah, shockingly, I'm confident sometimes screenshots posted. Next time you say share it before take it, I'm uploading a tasteful picture of the void.
Okay. All right. So, my title today of my stream is making cameras cameras don't have to be evil. This thing needs to be refreshed. Cameras don't have to be evil. And I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think I've talked about this a little bit on the stream, but I don't think I've talked about it sort of at length. Because it's kind of like the underlying mission of Vi. This is what I'm trying to build. This is what we're trying to build at Vi, is something that shows that cameras can be used for good stuff. They don't have to be like evil surveillance tools, right? And I've been thinking about this, like, how do you draw an analogy? How do you paint a picture of an analogy of like how a person behaves and how a camera should behave? And I was thinking about this, and I thought about two stories, right? Or two characters, I guess. So like the first character, let's call him Frank. Frank Locke. We'll call him Frank Locke. Okay? And Frank, he likes to go to the park. He goes to the park every day, and he brings a little notepad with him, and he goes and sits way off in the corner, sort of like at the furthest away bench, or sometimes like even kind of like in the bushes, You know, he kind of hides. And he just stares at people. He stares at people and writes in his little book. Frank does this. Frank Locke. He's always writing in his little book and he's staring at people. He writes in his little book, he stares at people. He writes his little book and he stares at people. And people get kind of upset. They don't really like when Frank Locke is staring at them and writing down everything down. Hey, Bobby, what would you think about Frank Locke?
Frank Locke, yeah, no. That's creepy and taking notes on strangers' energy. If he's observing for art or research, he should be visible, ask consent, and not record identifying details. Otherwise, he's basically a walking surveillance camera with worse optics. Also, Frank Locke sounds like a discount Sherlock.
Yeah, that's what I think about him too. Now, let's say there's this other character. This other character, her name is Violet Key. And Violet, she likes to go to the park too. But instead of bringing a little notebook, she brings like an easel and some paints. And she stands out in the middle and she watches people, but she doesn't stare. She's painting a picture. She's creating a scene. And everyone can see her painting and they're very excited to be part of the painting, especially because it's not like highly detailed of them. They can tell it's them. But it's not this like highly detailed picture. This is your big ears kind of thing. It's a beautiful picture of like what's happening at the park today. And that's what we're trying to build. That's what we're trying to be. We're trying to be Violet. Hey, Bobby, what would you think about Violet Key?
Violet Key way less creepy. She's transparent, adds value, and doesn't hoard identities people can opt in by just existing nearby. That's the vibe, visible intent, minimal detail, and a result that's art in sight, not a dossier. Also, Violet Key sounds like she opens doors, not privacy lawsuits.
Exactly. So that's sort of the mission of Vi. That's what we're trying to do, is make cameras into something good. So that's what the title is about today. I wanted to talk about that. I'll probably cut a little video out of that later, post it around, because I think it's important. I think it's a big, important part of what we're doing and why we're doing it. Because it's hard to explain to people. When you talk about I'm doing stuff with cameras and computer vision in public spaces, they immediately say, oh. And then you have to sort of, well, let me explain. And so I think it's important to not just say that, but like say it a lot and repeat it and tell stories about it. And I think this new thing that we're building with the 7th Inning Stretch Challenge will be a good way for us to show that. Try to be a show, not tell kind of organization as well. So that's it. That's my little story for today. I wanted to tell that one. Let's go back to this view. Put this guy back on. And we'll put this guy back on. And then we'll check this box right here. Boom. We got it done. Hooray for that. That red seems really big. Oh, because it's on camera. Yeah, it's on camera. So now we're going to go here. Oh, and it's not here either. And now I broke the music. It was kind of, I wasn't really feeling it today. I might need to get a new music solution because the Mubert starting to fall over on me a little bit. But that's a problem for later off stream. All right. It should start back up shortly. So now we're going to do the housekeeping. Housekeeping. So the first thing we're going to do is check on the state of our pipeline. State of our stuff. Wait, I need to go over here because somebody messaged me. He wants to meet me at 11. What time? I've been on for 30 minutes. That's cutting it close. Maybe I'll ping you after I'm off the stream. Okay. All right, so housekeeping, right. So we're going to go over here to Vi, right? We're going to go into our special admin area and see where our pipeline is at. Oh boy. That's not good. That is the opposite of what you want. So what this tells me is that we have a slight problem in that we may have to move something up in the plan, because what's happening is, I'll show you what's happening. This is Google's fault. They've gotten recently much more aggressive, and I don't even understand what I'm doing wrong, to be honest. I'm getting, let's go in here and take a look at this. Watch. So it's going to be nothing. And then some right here. Here it is, right here. I have not done anything. I have set up a single listener using their admin API. It's not polling, it's their listener. And this keeps happening. It keeps doing this go away, too many pings. So we're probably going to have to move this up in the sort of queue of things to do today. This is like a top priority because we got to figure out what's going on here. What am I doing wrong? Maybe I need to just update my Firebase libraries. I haven't updated them in a while, so it could just be that. But I mean, it would be nice for you to tell me that and not just enhance your calm. I do like enhance your calm as an error message because it's funny, but it's not funny when I'm not doing anything wrong. It's rude. So what we're going to do here is now we got to stop the service, start the service, and then you'll see it's going to start hauling ass on that queue. And what I'm going to have to do as well, I'm going to do it off stream, is queue up other machines to chew through this backlog, because usually it's done by now. This game was like 2 days ago, should be done. And I just didn't get a chance to look yesterday because I was in the city. I was doing other things. And you can see there's all these, this always scares me. I need to change this because the way child jobs works is it throws an exception that is, I'm waiting for children to finish. I can't do anything else. And it pops up as an error. And I've done enough sort of high availability things over my lifetime that I can see, even in a very fast scrolling thing, the word error. And I'm like, oh, wait. So that is actually fine. But it has got to catch up on all this stuff. So it's going to keep going. We're going to let that go. And then I'm not sure how we're going to... I guess we could do this on my local machine. We do need to figure out how we are going to solve that problem, because that's a pretty big problem. But I don't want to just stop processing. I got to catch up. So that's annoying. That's frustrating. Why don't we actually take a look? Why don't we actually, because that can be part of housekeeping. That can be part of it. So let's go in here. We're going to go new window. And where can I open this? You know what? I think what make the most sense. I think what might make the most sense is do the work on this machine, but I'm going to set it as if it's a different location. So it won't start picking up jobs and half processing in it, and I got to kill it. It'll just come up and say it has nothing to do because it's at a location with no jobs. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, there we go. I'm actually going to, wait, I need to do this too, because I need a better way to do this. I need, I guess I could do it that way. Well, we'll come back to that. Let's just leave it like that. I can see that. All right. I need a way to get Streamplace into my chat view so I can see it. It's a problem for another time. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go here. We're going to do this outside of the workspace. Make sure, oh, we have a difference. Git diff conf service conf. Boom. Not git. It's this stuff. Okay. git stash, git pull origin main. Already up to date. Okay. Just we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Very good. So now we're going to open that. No, we're not going to open it that way. We need to go to WSL. I got so much stuff in here. It's like crazy. Let's go connect WSL. Open folder. There we go. There you go, kid. Video job. Yes. Okay. Okay. Very good. So now we are going. Why are you over here? That's new. I want you to go away. I want you to come back. I want you to go like this and go there. Okay. Now, this, I think, rather than me searching around, I'm trying to be less dependent. I'm trying to use less of agents. But I think this is actually a perfect example of a time when an agent is the right thing to do. So what I'm going to do, less service error log. Nope. Log. Slash. Nope. There you go. Now, I'm going to go back here. Enhance. There it is. Okay. And I'm actually going to take a big swath of these. Because there's like literally nothing was happening. It's not like I was doing anything. I was just listening. Okay. And we're going to go here, and we're going to go here, here, and here. And I think we're going to go to Job Manager. Have this open. Okay. Lately, I'm getting a very critical error that I need to address. Colon. Tick, tick, tick. Paste. The Job Manager is using a listen. No, not this one. This one. And on snapshot listener into the jobs collection to wait for new activity. At some point, the listener breaks with this, what is it? Throttle error message. I'm not doing anything outside of the normal Firebase listening, normal Firebase on snapshot listener. So I'm not sure how I could be exceeding some limit. When this error happens, the listener stops working and we don't get new jobs. And then fall behind. And we're going to put you in ask. Okay. I want to, figure out if there is something that needs to be updated / changed to use Firebase on snapshot listeners correctly. 2, add armor so that if there is a problem of this kind, the listener automatically restarts. Boom. Today is going to be, I think, because this is probably going to be a bit of this kind of work. And so one of the things I want to do is fire up our, in a new window. I'm going to connect to host. I'm going to connect to Anarchy Windows. That is the machine, our streaming PC. And we are going to work on whatever caused some things to revert. Because I've noticed we intentionally put stuff back in. Oh,
I remember an idea about streaming. Set up a listener watchdog overlay when your Firebase listener throws a throttle resource error. Log it. Show a tiny status light on stream green yellow alert. And auto restart with exponential backoff jitter. Bonus, cap your query scope where clauses, limits, and avoid resubscribing on every UI tick. Because that's how I wasn't doing anything turns into you made 500 listeners.
so that's another thing I want to work on. I want to work on meta chat, which is those guys. Fix that reversion on not pronouncing apostrophes correctly. They're getting stripped out before it goes to TTS. And then I also want to see if I can fix that problem where our friend Dyson, he says a lot of small things, a lot of short bits. And I really like that. I really like the way his speech pattern works. But it causes Twitch also to throw a enhancer column because it's sending too many messages very quickly through their API send. I think it would be fine if I was using the WebSocket send, but that thing is jank. So I want to use the API send, and I just need to like.
It's interesting you mentioned Twitch.
Okay.
Last time Pot ate, oh no, listener face planted. Twitch chat exploded while I babysat the restart loop. Dyson fired rapid-fire one-liners. Twitch yelled too many messages, and some shady F0LL0WB0T tried selling VC bonked it. Moral add back off auto resubscribe and rate limit chat. Also Twitch is basically glittery chaos.
That would have been better to break up a little more. Anyway, so we're gonna do that in the background while we're doing this other stuff. That's our sort of waiting on the agent work. All right, so let me check the Firestore installed Firestore library version and its watch internals to give accurate advice. That's what I thought is going to be the problem. But actually, I should check. Let me get this. I'm gonna go over here. Okay, wait. And you know what's funny is when it is chewing, when it's doing all this work and is hitting Firebase much, much more aggressively. Never see that problem. Never. But when it's, well, not never. I've seen it once or twice, I think, actually. But it seems like it's not that just like overall traffic. It's literally that one listener. And maybe it's just running for too long. I don't know. But what I do want to know is I want to paste this message, this command that Claude ran to see what version of Firestore. I want to see what this says. Watch.py. Okay, what does that do? Version 2.19.0. Okay. I see. And it's running on like a big thing. Okay, so that's good. All right, so version 2.19.0. Okay. And then what is it over here? So if I run here, video jump server, and I go here and do this again. 2.18. Oh, that's surprising to me. I thought this would be newer, not older. Wait, are you finding on Slash? Brother. Oh no. Path. Okay. But no, you're starting on... Bro. And you got a totally different result from me. Wait a minute. Where are you working, dude? Where am I? What's happening? Who is this person? That's weird. You got 221. I got 219. Weird. Okay, inspect Washington Trust. I that's weird to me that it's running that. Take this. I'm gonna take. Listen, nobody said do that. I just want to copy this. And I'm gonna do. By the way, does. Come on, man. Listen, friendo. You. Listen. Oh. Listen to me, officer. You are really making me mad right now. Okay. Copy. Holy moly. By the way, does this walk my entire WSL tree? Her WSL drive? Have a file system? Should you be finding on dot? Ugh, I hate you and everything you stand for. Okay. And then this thing died on me. What is happening? Things are starting to happen to me now. I want that one too. Things are going to start happening to me now. From the jerk. Yeah. Yeah, it's in a VNV. Dummy. Yeah, okay. That's even better. Yeah, find on proc. Don't do that. Sir. You really gotta watch this guy. Which guy are we using? I mean, this is Opus. Man, get it together. Yes. Read it. I told you could read it. Read it. Okay, back to here. You're thinking too long. All right. So one of the things I'm going to look at is in no, not in TTS. What is? Oh yeah, okay, you did good. In Avatar, and then we do apply non-word filter, and then process emoji. I thought I switched these at some point. I thought there was a reason why they needed to switch. This is probably what got reverted. So we're gonna can you go there? I guess not. All right, fine. I'll do it myself. Process emoji. So what this does, strip any high Unicode characters. Ah, yes, this was the problem, right? So, what ends up happening is the models produce fancy apostrophes rather than the normal keyboard apostrophe. And so this ends up stripping them out because they're high Unicode characters. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter the order. It's still going to strip them out. Maybe I switched the order and just was dumb about it. So let's go apply non-word filter. Yeah, see, apostrophe, not apostrophe. Okay, so what we need to do, I think, we've got to figure out who the inside man is. No, we got to figure out which Unicode characters before we strip all high Unicode chars. Let's convert any apostrophe like characters to the ASCII version. Okay? Haha. Yeah, I knew it would do that for me. So this is... Okay, oh, and there's some warnings. The character U2018 could be confused with U60, which is more common in source code. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I want these in as not odd fable high. Is that do I have fable back? I guess I do. Oh no, this is this. Oh, interesting. I guess I have fable in that. All right, I'm gonna highlight this line. I'm gonna put you in model sonnet, and I'm gonna say edit automatically. Can you convert the Unicode characters in this line to use the hex escaped version for clarity? Oh man, you don't have to think this long. I can do, okay, fine. You know what? We're gonna race. We're gonna race. I really just need to know what this character is. Unicode, these characters. Hex, oh, did it? I hate you and everything you stand for. All right, fine, it's doing it. I ran some code to do it. Brother. I asked you because you knew. Oh man, and look at the, oh my god. I hate you and everything you stand for, really? I really do. Oh my god, just do it. You made this, oh, I'm already upset about it. All right, let's go back here. What are you doing? What do you want? Is listening. Subclasses. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. What do you, wait. First of all, I said wait, but okay. What's happening? You're on Snapshot, listeners, backed by a long-lived gRPC BIDI stream. Watch resumable BIDI RPC background consumer method. The go away enhance your COM too many pings is the server telling the gRPC client it's sending too many keep alive pings faster than allowed. That go away tears the connection down, classified as non-recoverable. Why is it doing that? Isn't this their code talking to their service? Nothing ever restarts it. Usage correctness. Your snapshot is actually fine. Callback marshals back to the loop and start safe. Good. The one real correctness gap is lifecycle. You never keep the handle or check liveness. Too many pings itself is keep alive tuning issue. The channel level tuning the channel invasive. The SDK doesn't expose it cleanly. The robust standard for Firestore listeners is that supervisor restarts, which is your number 2 armor.
Callback reminds me of a quote.
Yes.
A callback is just future you leaving a note for present you, and present you ignoring it until production is on fire.
That's true.
Sigh. Yeah. Welcome to gRPC helpfulness. The SDK is talking to their service. It just self-destructs when Keep Alive gets too aggressive and nobody's supervising the stream. Fixes boring keep the listener handle, watch for termination, and restart with back off. If you can't tune Keep Alive via the SDK, you tune the in-channel options you can reach, or you wrap it with a supervisor. Why bother? But that's the game.
All right. Okay, is listener not done? Yes, fine. I mean, those ones are just polls, so, you know, my shit. Comment is ugly. Okay. Fine. All right. Now, where do we leave off over here? Because, oh my God, you're still thinking about it? I just really needed to know what... You know what? You're fired. Oops. So first of all, that needs to be that. Okay? Now, I'm going to copy this, right? I'm going to go over here. Go over here. I'm going to say Unicode character search. Okay? Unicode plus. Great. This. What are you? Great. What is the hexadecimal? Aha. Very good. That is really aggressive, that one. You sure that's right? But okay, fine. I think 8216 hexadecimal works. So let's watch. We're gonna go Python 3 print quotes \x this. Oh, yes, I did mean parentheses. Sorry, I didn't mean to revert back to. And is it like this? Is it like this many? No. I had some in here. Gosh, this should not be hard. Fine. Let's just use this one. I'm already bored. Fine. Okay, that one. Nope. No, you don't get to help me now. You have failed at your job. So now I'm going to do it myself because I hate you. This one. This one. That one. Nope. Go away. This one. That one. This one. Nope. Okay. That. Okay? Now we're going to test it. Stop it. Stop helping. All right. Text equals you. Actually, let's go back and we're going to go back in time. We're going to go back in chat time. Back in chat time and see if we can find. Here we go. Going back in chat time. Okay, now we're going to come back over here. We're going to copy you. Oh, don't be a dummy. Text. Yeah, all right. Now, I don't even think that was the right thing. So now we're going to go back here. And we're going to go back here. I'm going to take this. Which character? This character. Acute accent. It's so acute. And then we're going to do it like this. And then we're going to do it like this. Yes, it did. Very good. I'm going to go back. Unicode character. Right single quotation mark. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Correct. All right. It's good enough. Good enough for jazz. Okay, so that'll work. Boom. All right. Okay, dokie. Back here. Back to you. What are you doing? Make this edit. Yes, use the same edit. Dumb. Oh my god. Fine. MySQL. Yes, where it is. Yes. And then I'm going to click to expand this guy. I'm just going to do this myself. Thanks for your help. But you failed. Once again, you have failed. How does that listening? Dude. First of all, let me back up. Nope. Nope. Oh my god. All right. So is listening takes a list. Oh, I see. Okay, fine. This returns a listener. This is okay, fine. Okay. So then, did you make the change in jobs? Clearly not. Clearly you did not. So where are you going to do this? Where are you going to check that is listening? You had an internal server error. Where did you want to, in fact, ask for edits? Okay. Where did you intend to do the is listening check? Because I don't see where we would do that. Oh, what a dick. My God. Look how colorful this status page is. That's not good. You generally want to keep it all the same color. I don't know if you do that. Status pages. They shouldn't be rainbow. That's bad. Mm-hmm. All right, fine. Doing it ourselves. Just go away then. All right, so listen for jobs. And where do we call listen? Here it is. Return parent DB listen. So listen for jobs. What calls you? Job manager. Listen for jobs. So this doesn't actually hold on to the listener, right? me go back. Let's double check. So listen for jobs runs parent db listen, right? Jobs listen callback. Very good. We're going to go into this one. Oh my God, you're so bad at your job. Python, Visual Studio Code. Def listen. This is the one. To return on query snapshot. So this is returning the listener. Okay. Right. Let's just make sure on snapshot. Watch. It returns a watch. Okay. And where's your is listening? Listener. Firestore watch backs on snapshot, blah, 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 blah. Is listener's name return false? Get attribute listener closed, false, return false. Return bool listener is active. Sets closed to true. Okay, so it's is listening. All right. Wait. Oh, I see. If this, return false, it's not listening. If there's no listener, return false, it's not listening. Otherwise, return bool is active. Okay. All right. Very good. So now, in here, we're going to go here, and then here we're going to have self listener equals none. Or we're going to call it self job listener is equal to none. Okay. Very good, very good. And then job manager, listen to jobs, self job listener is equal to this. Okay. Very good. I gotta think though. This is going to be a little wonky, actually. This is going to be a little wonky. So in here, in this loop, while true, oh, well, we could probably kill that now, but it's okay. I'm gonna put it here. Self ensure job listener. Okay. And does it need to be async? It does not need to be async because we don't use async when we first start listening, right? Job manager listen for jobs. Self. You know what we're going to do? In job manager, to make this clean, we should do a static like this does. Yeah. Okay. Right down here. List for jobs, job listener. Very good. Honestly, like, it feels weird that I'm returning, like, this feels like job listener should just own this thing. Right? I think it should. So what we're going to do here then is we're going to have listener here, none. Okay. And then listen for jobs is going to say job manager listener is equal to that. And then we're going to return job manager listener in case you want a copy. When you want that reference, that's good. You can have it. You can have a copy. Okay. All right. So now job manager. Yep. And this is going to say job manager listener is equal to this. Yes. And now we return this. Very cool. Okay. Now in here, now I don't care. I don't need you. Stop it.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
That's right, I don't. I don't give a damn.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I still don't.
Yeah, you don't need to return it if nothing uses a reference. Either store it on self and forget it, or return it and actually use it, pick one. Also, if listen_for_job spins up a loop task, don't make it look synced unless it really is. And please kill the while true if it's just sitting there menacingly.
Yeah. Start processors. And what do we call this? Ensured. Okay. I mean, it could just do that. Dot. All right. This I kind of want to remove, but we're going to get back to that. All right. Now the question is, what's the right way to test this? All right. Let's see if cloud. Okay, I completed the implementation. Please check it. You can see. Let's see. Ensure still listening in job manager and the call in service to Pi. Well, aren't you just a pleasure to work with today? Aren't you just like a ball of sunshine today? Oh, elevated. Oh my god, everything's terrible. Okay, fine. Good thing I can still write code on my own. Let's see how you are doing. Probably not. Probably haven't gotten very much done. Oh my god, everything is terrible today. Everything is slow. That looks better. Okay, that's cranking. Very good. So if we wanted to test this, like, I guess we could write a unit test for this, but I would, well, I suppose we should write a unit test. believe there are some. I know I'm supposed to do those things. Oh, there are none. Okay, fine. Screw it. Yeah, I'm still trying to think how I would do. Because I suppose, okay, so let's think through this. I could like go and write a unit test, right? And then just start it listening on something and then just set the instance to none after some kind of timeout. I'd have to set up like an asynchronous test, but that's okay. We could do that. Filter. What sets filter up? Filter parent location. Okay. Okay. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Okay. In here, new test. Dyson recovery.py. Okay. And we're gonna need, yeah. Okay. So test async recovery. So for parent. Okay. Okay. Now, parent dot location is equal to test location. That's fine. Okay. And we're going to okay. From service jobs import job manager. Okay. Okay. I think this might need to be asynchronous. Maybe not. Maybe I can just use from time import sleep. Okay. So now, job manager, listen for jobs parent, right? And this is going to start listening. So parent log info starting job listener. Parent log info waiting for 10 seconds. Sleep 10. Yep. And then parent log info simulating job listener failure by unsetting it. Job manager listener equals none. But wait. Wait, nope. For I in range 10, right? Sleep 1. Job manager ensures to listening parent. Info, checking that we're still listening. Oop, parent. Okay. And then now, okay. Yes. That I think will work. Okay. Let's do that. Let's run that. Okay. So now we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go out of here. We're going to go bin REPL. Oh, that's not going to work. Maybe it's going to work. Oh, it did work. Great. Oh, man. I'm dumb. All right. Okay. From scripts think I'm already in the context, so I can just say from test, listen, recovery, import, test. No. Test, listen, recovery. Recovery. Very good. RAPL. From test, listen, recovery, import. Test, listen, recovery. Test, listen, recovery. Parent equals self. Okay. Aha. Very good. It worked. Okay. Get status. You know what? I'm just committing this on main. I don't care. It's only me working in here. Add
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
DB listen now check is listening check. Wait, the main headline is recovery for failed job manager listen. DB now is listening method. Job manager keeps listener. Let's just call it listener in as static member. Job manager has ensure listening method. Service calls ensure listener. Service ensures job manager is listening. Tests for job manager. Supporting tests. Let's just say supporting tests. Test. Single test. Singular test. Origin. Main. Okay. Boom. Okay. Does that resolve our housekeeping things? I think that it may. Over here, before we forget, logs, tail-f log service error log. What are you doing? Oh, you're working real hard. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop you. Get status. Make sure nothing's hit. Pull origin main. Start. Now, what's kind of cool is that all the stuff that was in progress. Wait. Well, it's okay. Gets automatically requeued. I should have checked to see if there were any orphaned processes before I let this thing kick back off, but it'll figure it out. You'll figure it out, won't ya? Yeah, sure. I'm sure you will. All right, so let that go. Cool. What was that? Malak stack logging can't. Oh.
Holy shit. That's not. What is that?
What is it?
Oh, no, that's dog's blood.
Oh, it's fine. It's dog's blood. It's fine. All right, so where are we at? So 7th inning challenge is supposed to be next. Trying to remember where we left off. So I proved last time that we could run We did actually make a really cool change off stream that I should talk about, I guess. Which is, we're going to go back over here and we're going to go new window. And I should actually check to see if the big thing I should do is check to make sure this is all committed and I can roll this out because it is actually pretty cool. So what we did, that's not committed. There's a bunch of not committed. Oh my god. Oh wait, just not committed in here. That's fine. So what we did is we updated streaming.py, the real-time mode. So now it can take multiple streams. And instead of kicking off 4 processes, we just run one process and it round robins pulling frames from them. It's actually pulling frames from everything all the time. And then it round robins whoever is ready to consume the frame. And then they consume the frame, do the processing, and then it goes to the next one. And it just goes as fast as it can go. Goes as fast as it can go.
You know, pulling reminds me of an anecdote. Potate Oh No once made me pull logs so hard I started tailing everything, including my own dignity. Then we switched to one round-robin process, pulling frames from multiple streams suddenly. My CPU stopped screaming, and the only thing getting yanked around was the scheduler.
So when we did this, what we were able to show is that the off-the-shelf Mac Mini, M4 Pro Mac Mini, can actually keep up with this. But we never tested whether or not it could keep up with it while recording. I think, though, before I do any of that, I want to actually switch these and switch gears into the camera drop issue. Because I think that's more important, and we're going to need that to be like in good working order. But I think I am going to need help from an agent on that, because the way the camera capture works, I've got this separate library, Capture Genov, or separate executable, separate script that pulls from the cameras, and this occasionally, and the way it has to do it, and maybe that's part of what we need to fix here. Let's see if you're responding. The way it has to do it is it actually captures the audio and video separately and then stitches them back together, because the cameras have this really not standard way of doing AAC encoding, which causes anything like FFmpeg, GStreamer, anything I've used to puke. It does not like. And I am not a video internals expert enough to really understand what was going on that caused it to do all this weird stuff, but we did get something that works. Here we go. Let's just read this so we know. Genov branded cameras ship raw ADTS AAC frames inside RTP, while their SDP advertises MPEG-4 generic. So neither FFmpeg nor a standard GStream deploy dpayloader can negotiate audio. This script pulls raw RTP off RTSP source's audio pad, strips the RTP header in Python, writes the ADTS bytes to a rolling AC file. Video runs through the normal H.265 dpay parse chain into split mux sync with MP4 mux. Got all that? At each minute boundary, the video file is rotated and the audio file is closed and reopened. The just finished pair is then handed to a Remux worker that runs FFmpeg and writes the final thing. All right, so let's see if you are up and running. No, I don't want any lines selected. Okay, we're going to go into a new discussion. Okay. Our workaround script for capturing from the non-standard Genov IP cameras works okay, but it tends to have some silent dropouts, leading to a 1 minute gap about once an hour. Please review this code so that we can have a discussion about how it works. I believe what we're doing is capturing the audio and video separately and without using the, what's it called? SDP. Without using the SDP at all. Can you confirm that is the behavior? Aha, you're back. Very good. Here's what we're going to do, because I don't want to leave. So I had a coworker reach out to me. He has a question. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to BRB. You might even be watching. Somebody's watching. I don't know who it is. I'm going to BRB in about 10 minutes. And then I'm going to go talk to him using my phone. And then I'm going to come back. And we'll continue. That, I think, is the play. Because it's almost 11. He needed to talk by then. And I don't want to leave him hanging. Okay, let me send him a quick message. Hey, so, can I just take a... Hey, I'm to put the stream on pause and Slack call you in about 10 minutes. Does that work? Where are we at here? Okay, here we go. Your belief refined. All right, let me read this. Separate audio video handling. Yes, but from one RTSP session. Yes, that's what I meant. Doing one. So video writes a temp MP4 file. Audio, no depayloader written to a per minute temp AAC file. They're then rejoined per minute, right? Without using the SDP. Not quite. We still use the SDP under the hood. That's how it knows there are two media streams, which is audio and video, and the RTP payload types clocks rate. This caps your on-pad added reads. I'm straight from the SDP. What you deliberately bypass is the SDP's audio codec declaration. The SDP lies. It advertises MPEG-4 generic, but the camera actually ships raw ADTS-AC. So instead of letting a depayloader trust that it is a declaration and fail, you tap the raw RTP off the audio pad and hand strip the 12-byte RTP header yourself, writing the ADTS bytes directly. Video, by contrast, uses the normal SDP-driven depay chain because H.265's SDP is honest. couple things in here look like plausible culprits worth discussing. Any single GStreamer error kills the whole capture with no reconnect. On-bus message causes self-shutdown on any error. There's no retrieve, reconnect logic anywhere. So one transient RTP timeout or camera blip tears down the entire pipeline, and you're dark until the host service relaunches the script. That's not what's happening. It's definitely still just running. So I disagree with you there. I'm going to have to go ahead and disagree with you there. That needs to go on the list. Hang on. That's a good one. I'm going to have to disagree with you there. Okay. Okay. Default UDP transfer. RTSP source isn't pinned to TCP. Protocols is unset. So RTP rides UDP only with only latency equals 200. UDP loss timeouts are the most common trigger for this kind of error. Oh. Wait. Because I thought we were using TCP. This guy, he reaches out and he goes dark. It's very frustrating. All right. Okay. Let me confirm two things. One. Or some things. Some things. One. You're saying you're saying an error can cause capture genov.py to drop completely, to crash, to exit completely, and the video job service camera.py is restarting it. 2. Can you confirm that UDP is what is being used by video job service when calling this code? Is it only possible to use UDP? I thought we had configured for TCP, if I remember correctly. 3. Would it be better to just rewrite the STP and hand it off to FFmpeg or FFmpeg or GStreamer to do the capture? Is that with the two streams already muxed together? Boom. Let me ask you those things. Let me talk to you about that. Huh? Good questions. Oh, I know. I'm so good. I'm so smart. So smart. I love that about me. Okay. He did not reply. Okay, so we will wait. Just ping me when you get back online and I'll pause and call. BDBDB. Thinking. Okay, so while you're thinking, we're going to come back over here. And I looked at this once before. Our Twitch API implementation should be here, right? And it says, here it is. If send method is API, it's API send. Okay. And at the time I thought, you know what'd be really cool is if we could synchronize it so that the TTS happens just as the message is coming through. And I still think that'd be cool, but I think it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Actually, it's gonna be hard. So what we're gonna do instead is do something simple. In API send, we just send, right? And then we retry. So what we're going to do is in here, we're going to have a if send message equals WebSocket, do all these things. Otherwise, do these things, right? So in here, we're going to say self last API send is equal to none. Correct, right? Boop. Boop. Okay, and then we're gonna have self.
It's interesting you mentioned correct. It's only correct if you actually track the last successful API send timestamp it. Somewhere setting self.last_I_send none is just an init reset, not a confirmation the send path worked.
I love with the TTS. It's trying to say, so many of these things, and it literally sounds like a person how they would handle this. Like, I want to say all these things, but I can't, so I just say, oh, blah, 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 blah. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. If the last send was too soon, and I guess what we should do is also have a configurable self last API send API send rate. Yes. Okay. Okay, so now check if we will exceed the last send rate before, and Q if so. And you know what we're gonna say? This is actually gonna break out. Def exceeds API send rate self. Okay, there you go. Okay, and then we're gonna say how long is your loop? Oh, it doesn't even run a thread. It doesn't even run a thread. So maybe we don't actually use a queue, because are you, we're not async. Let me why. All right, so what we're gonna need to do, let's come back over here, see what you're doing. What are you doing? All right, here we go. What do you got going? I read the machinery. Here's what's actually true. Does the error make the script exit and does camera part? No. It does not restart it. Restart crash jobs. Yeah, it's probably not what you're hitting. You think? Okay. What's actually used? GenUp path doesn't set a transport. Neither path is to TCP. FFM peg cameras explicitly use. Oh, look at that. All right. Here's the bad news. So SDP is sort of just like some text that says like this is what is in this stream, and like you use that a lot in like WebRTC. Ah, here back. Okay, hang on. All right, so just knocked the earphone out. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna call my coworker. And then we'll come back and we'll talk some more about what SDP is and how that is not going to fix our problem, unfortunately. So I'll be right back.
There's something very fascinating about timekeeping contraptions. I've made quite a few myself, but I have to admit I have great trouble making them very reliable. And when I actually need to know the time, I look for the nearest quartz watch. It's easy to forget just how clever these little things are, particularly because you hardly ever need to do anything to them. And they're so accurate, they rarely need setting. So in this program, Rex and I are going to rescue them from obscurity and look at their history and how they work. The earliest timekeeping device was simply a stick in the ground. The ancient Egyptians measured the angles of the shadows it cast, and the Greeks measured their length. This may seem rather crude, but people didn't usually need to know the time very accurately. It was usually quite good enough just to have some idea how much daylight was left. And the stick does have the enormous advantage, like the quartz watch in fact, that it never needs setting. The Greeks and Romans also had water clocks, but these were mostly just bowls with a hole in.
Clock started.
They were used as timers for rationing irrigation water.
That's it. Time's up.
What? My campus is hardly dampus.
They were also used in the courts for timing the speeches. Unscrupulous senators are said to have gone to great lengths to make their opponents thirsty to shorten the speeches.
Gracias, Tiago. Et in ordine quisque agua. Oh!
The first people to attach any great importance to accurate timekeeping were the medieval monks. They had up to 9 services a day, and it was considered vital to hold them at precisely regular intervals. At first, these intervals were set by water clocks, but at some point in the late 13th century, the first mechanical clocks appeared. Initially, they didn't bother with dials. The important part was the bell, which summoned the brethren to prayer. Our word clock comes from the French cloche, meaning bell. This particular clock is one of the oldest still working in a church. It's about 400 years old. Although it obviously doesn't look at all like a quartz watch, the principles on which it works are really remarkably similar. If I take a quartz watch to bits, you can see there are basically 4 parts inside. There's the display, the battery, the silicon chip, which is under this blob of plastic, and this little tin can that contains the actual quartz crystal. It's actually a lot easier to understand how one of these things works by looking at the clock in a bit more detail first. The display is obviously doing the same thing as the dial on the clock, and the battery powering the watch is doing the same thing as the weights in the clock tower, but also the crystal is actually providing a regular beat in very much the same way as the swings of the pendulum, and the silicon chip is controlling the whole thing, just like the gearing. The heart of the gearing mechanism is the escapement, which interacts with the pendulum. It pushes the pendulum to keep it swinging. At the same time, the escapement is held back by the pendulum, regulating the clock's speed. The properties of the pendulum were discovered by Galileo in 1590. To mask the pong of the peasant congregation, the priests used the swinging censer to fill the church with incense. Galileo realized that the censer was taking exactly the same time to swing from side to side, however far out it went.
Permesso. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
He had trained as a doctor and used his pulse to time the swings.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Galileo was in need of an accurate clock.
That show's amazing. All right. Oh, we still got this up. Okay. Here's what was going on. He's importing these transcripts and they're making a mess. So he's going to try it in the dev site and we'll see if it works better there. All right. So where were we? Oh, yes. SDP. So SDP is like the description of the stream. And I said, well, if this descriptor is lying about the audio, can't we just rewrite the descriptor and say, here's what it actually is? And it says, no, because the audio stream itself is non-conformant. The camera stuffs raw ADTS frames with their own 7-byte sync headers into the RTP payload. The standard RTP packing for AAC is MPEG-4 generic, which carries raw blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. The genuinely better refactor keeps the manual strip but muxes in pipeline instead of 2 files per and a permanent FFmpeg. Okay. Force TCP. Okay. So. One. Let's add transport as a command line argument to this script. Then in camera.py, let's also have a configurable transport, which we can default to TCP in this case. That's one. 2. Force TCP one-line test CDP hypothesis cheaply. B. Confirm what's actually restarting stopped cameras externally. Since a graceful error exit currently has no restarter in this repo. Yeah, I think it must be UDP loss. It's gotta be. If gaps persist, do the input. 3. Um, do we think the in pipeline mux refactor is a genuine improvement in this case? On a Mac Mini, doing 4 to 5 cameras in parallel, is one better than the other? Also, if we wanted to do some downstream processing of downstream real-time processing of this data, let's just answer this question first. Also worth noting is that we're now doing some real-time experimentation with these cameras.
There's a fact about experimentation. Good experiments change one variable at a time and keep everything else constant, because otherwise you can't tell what actually caused the result.
That's true. That is true. Let's just start with these. Here's what I kind of want to do. I'm going to go open another window. I'm going to get a third session going. Go back in here. Okay. In prior sessions, we've been experimenting with real-time processing for the 7th inning challenge on and off the shelf Mac Mini M4 Pro. We determined that we're able to keep up with 4 cameras at 1.5 FPS when using a round robin implementation in VS. Next, I want to start thinking about how this coexists with the capture of video in video job service, and specifically using our bin genov capture genov script, which captures AC and H.265 separately due to the non-conformant audio output of the camera. If we wanted to attempt to do both capture and real-time processing for short periods, like the 7th inning stretch, what would be the best way to go about that? Should we pull options I see? 1. Pull from the camera more than once. Capture and real time. End up pulling 3 streams. 2 at 4K and 1 at 1080. Seems risky. 2. Use Media MTX to pull streams and reserve them out to local consumers. Not sure if the audio issue will cause Media MTX to fail. 3. Have the capture Genov script remux in, this is why I'm talking about this now, in the pipeline and output it back out as a stream available to downstream consumers. Please review the relevant docs code and tell me what you think. Okay, you do that. You. Okay. Map an RTSP transport string to RTSP source protocol's flag value. Auto leaves RTSP source to negotiate. It tries UDP fault. Okay. Okay, you do that. Oh. Transport, audio bytes, audio packets. Okay, yep. Okay, very good. I should just say auto go. YOLO, bro. My thorn is catching up with me. It's catching up. All right, so what we were going to do, oh, right, API send. All right, so this is going to be tough because, so what I need to know and say. Okay, so what I need to know is we're going to SSH to Anner. Shit. What are you on? 2222? Anarchy? Dude, what the hell? Oh, okay. Okay. Sir. Oh my God. Why are you being a dick? Oh, Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. That is why. That is why. Windows is a dickhead. Alright. Now I forgot why I was coming here. Oh, I don't... nope. You know what? Nope. Exit. Nope. I just want to go in the WSL. Listen, bud. I'm going to need you to go ahead and not be an ass. Okay? I'd appreciate that. All right. I don't care. All right. Mount C users Justy source meta chat. Listen, bud.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah. Starting to piss me off. Here we are. All right. Now. Crap. Say. Start up high. All right. TTSA, self say, Twitch say. So streamer says Twitch say. And I believe this is... Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay. Chatbot and streamer. Makes sense? Chatbot. Twitch.say. This is not an asynchronous. Unfortunato. All right. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to ask you a question. Do not edit. I want to have an async IO question. Most of this code has been migrated to use async IO. This class, we're using threads when in WebSocket mode and nothing when in API send mode. If I wanted to use async IO to all API send on a delay when our send rate is exceeded, could I set that up without defining API send as an async method? If I don't need to await, can I set it up as a fire and forget kind of thing? What would that look like? Okay. All right, you work on that. Where are you? Overloaded. All right. think it may be time to call it a day for today. We'll see. Let's keep going for a bit longer. Let's see where we net out. All right, so what are you doing? All right, you're editing the history. Very good. All right, here's what I just wanted to add. Okay. Yes, you can do exactly that. The pattern is a small async wrapper that handles the delay while API send stays synchronous. Async def delayed API send. Okay. And then I create task. Fire and forget from say. Create task, schedules it, and returns immediately. No await needed. At the call site, one caveat worth noting, request.post is blocking IO. When it eventually runs inside the coroutine, it will stall the event loop for the duration of the HTTP call. For a chat rate limiter, that's probably fine. The delay is the critical part and the block is short. But if you want to be clean about it, you can push the actual call off to a thread pool. That way the sleep is async, no thread, and the HTTP call runs in a worker thread without blocking the loop. Still fire and forget. It only requires that a running event loop exists when create task is called, which it will as long as this code runs from within your async IO context.
It's interesting you mention requires. You basically require a running event loop somewhere to schedule that fear and forget task, otherwise create_task has nowhere to live. If your call site might be sync, stash the loop at startup or use essentio.run_coroutine_thread safe. Also track tasks or you'll require a miracle to debug swallowed exceptions. Yep, that's the move. Tiny async scheduler sync send stays sync. You create_task it and pretend responsibility doesn't exist. If you're already in an event loop, do async wrapper await essentio to sleep delay. Then either call sync send directly blocks loop briefly or await essentio.to_thread sync_send to be polite. Also add a don't call backlog errors or enjoy silent failures like a pro.
Okay, calm down. Okay. So we're gonna do it. I don't care about the block because we're already blocking. So apparently the blocking is not an issue, right?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
That's right. Delayed. Oh my god. I send self message delay. Okay. Dealy. This we don't want. Okay. That we want. Last API send. Okay, so now here, no, even up here. If exceed the rate, I'm gonna get fancy. All right, fine. Okay. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay. So what's gonna happen? I'm gonna kill this. Yes. Restart it. Okay. Now let's make sure sends work at all. They do. Hey Dyson, please tell me a story. Oh, he's gonna say I don't understand.
What command? You're just monologuing about async delays and rate limits again. If you want to do something, type it like send message or help. Otherwise, I'm going to keep sitting here pretending this is fine.
It's because I said please. Hey Dyson, tell me a story.
Ugh. Fine. Potate once fixed rate limiting by adding more sleeps until chat responded sometime next week. Then they proudly said no wait needed while waiting anyway. It worked mostly until the API 429-foot-D, and they blamed the vibes. There. Story. Why bother?
It works, but I shouldn't. I really need to go back and make all of these things use the async IO loop, because I see what's happening now is it's basically, I could have just put in a sleep. It's basically not taking advantage of the async IO thing because the other things aren't. And so it's just like it's blocking. But good enough for now. We need to do a major refactor to go back and like clean all that up. All right, where are you at? You're still overloaded. Okay. We'll talk about it later. Where are you at? Both code changes are done. In summary, then the number 3 discussion. Configurable transport default to RTCP. All right, show me this. Okay. Okay. Show me this. RTSP transport, yep. Okay. Okay, fine. Single timestamp log. Oh yeah, I wanted to fix that. I don't actually need the, well, I mean, I guess it's fine to repeat them in case I'm debugging, but usually not, so it's just gonna make the strings really long. You know what, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't care. All right.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah. All right. Is the pipeline mux refactor genuinely better here? Short answer, better for reliability, not meaningfully performance, and I'd hold off until the logging tells us whether it's even the right fix. No transcode, basically a wash. Okay. I mean, it is disk. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to make one more change to this script, which is a test mode that can help us see if this fixes the problem. I have one camera here in my office, and I can run test mode in the background over a long period of time to see if it ever fails. We can force UDP mode, and then I can do things like ping flood the camera to see if I generate the error, and then try again in TCP mode. Actually, I don't even think I need a. I don't think I need a test mode. All right. All right. Okay. Let's discuss how to check that the TC fix is the right. TCP change is the right fix. I have one camera here in my office. I think I should set up a long-running capture using UDP, and then do something like ping flood the camera to create the potential for dropped packets. Then we can switch to TCP and try it again. Would that work? Okay, so how's that? All right, so I'm gonna check this box. I feel like this is enough of a next step for today. I have a follow-on thing to do, which is going to take some time. All right, this is probably going to take a while. All right, so I'm going to cut it here, get some lunch, probably do a little more off stream. I should be back on Thursday. I gotta go in the city again tomorrow. I'm gonna be there late again tomorrow. I should be on, but I might be like really tired, so we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking in. I'll see you next time.